So we're celebrating a very, very special evening tonight, Yom Haatsmaut, and it got me thinking. You see, this beautiful flag means a lot to all of us over here. Everybody over here, everyone sitting here, this flag means something else. It could be that your first thing when you first came to Israel, you saw it. It could be in Eilat where you see that massive Israeli flag, you know, on one side and the massive Jordanian flag on the other. It could be that some of you attended the Israeli army. It could be that you have friends, you have cousins in Israel. It could be that you love the song. But this is the flag of the state of Israel. And it got me thinking, you see, okay, it's a flag of the state of Israel. Is it a religious symbol? Is it not a religious symbol? What is the secret behind the Magen David? What is the secret behind this Magen David? So I want to ask over here if anybody knows any ideas about the Magen David. Now, just as an introduction, they did a survey recently. You know, you have all these DNA tests nowadays where you can actually find out your roots. They can take your DNA and they survey it and they inspect it and they can say with a 99% probability of where your ancestors come from. And they did this with a group of British people, and they came out with the following, that 50% of the large group that was interviewed, and it was you know, in different places in England, 50% were. I'll give you a few examples. You tell me which one they were. Polish, 50% were German, 50% were French, or 50% were Spanish. What do you think it was?
Spanish from Africa.
Spanish from Africa? Poland?
I think French.
Nobody here got it. It's Germany.
Really?
Germany. Now, who would think, because, you know, the British and the Germans go back a long way, you know, great buddies. So, who would have thought? There's a lot more to a symbol, to even the person that you're sitting next to, than you actually realize. We don't think people, we know many people have come and spoken at Tal and other organizations, they're like, neo-Nazis, and suddenly they find out that they're Jewish. Right? So, there's a lot to a flag. There's more than meets the eye, and I want to discuss that tonight. Magen David, what does it mean? Magen David. Magen David means, Magen means protection, the shield of David. Who was David? David was the king of Israel. The king of Israel, as legend says, used to go out and fight the wars. King David used to go out, and his army used to have the shields. Their shields that they wore had this symbol. Now that's very good. If you look around in our texts, you don't see much written about the Magen David. So when you're choosing a flag for the state of Israel, for the one state that we actually have, we only have one state. The Jewish people around the world only have one place to go to, one home. And there's a reason why we only have one home, because we only really need one home. So we have one home, that's Eretz Yisrael, that's the land of Israel. Why would they choose this symbol? When they were choosing the original symbol for a flag, so many ideas came up. The idea of the menorah. You come to Israel, you see it on the coins, and you see it in the money, and you see it as you come into Jerusalem, in the old city. The menorah is a famous symbol of the Jews. You see it in Rome. You go to Rome and Titus's arch, you see the menorah. But no, we have over here the Magen David. So what is the Magen David? So Magen David, number one, is we understand that this is what King David went out, and he fought, and they had this shield. This was on their shield. This was the symbol on the shield. But why? What's so special about this? So I want to share with you beautiful ideas, 3 or 4 ideas that you're going to take home, and it's going to change your perception of a Magen David and this flag. So, the Maharal of Prague says the following idea. He says everything in this world is made up of dimensions, physical dimensions. A dice. How many sides does a dice have? 6. Every physical object, movable object, has got 6 sides. Up, down, left, right, forward, backwards. 6 sides. Everything's got 6 sides. In Judaism, Maharal says there is a 7th side. 7th side? Where's the 7th side? The seventh side is the neshama. That is the spiritual ability that gives life to the dice, if you like. The dice is form, but it wouldn't exist were it not for its own nefesh, were it not for its own spiritual spark that allowed it to exist. That is the seventh. Judaism is full of sevens. Seventh day is Shabbat. What other sevens do we have?
Sheva parot.
That's in the Torah, the 7 cows, 5 cows, 10 cows. But what do we do every day here in Judaism? What do we, 7 what? We have 7. What did I mention before as a good symbol for the Jewish nation? Menorah. 7 candles, 7 candelabras in the menorah. 7 when you get married. How many blessings do they say under the chuppah?
Sheva brachot.
Sheva brachot. Person unfortunately passes away. How many days is it? 7 days. How many years is the land? You're supposed to work on the land, and then you're supposed to keep it for 1 year fallow. 6 years you work on the land. On the 7th year, you keep it fallow. How many straps do we strap around our hands for the tefillin? 7 straps. 7 is very, very spiritual in Judaism. 7 is the spirituality in the physicality. You have the physical, and then you have Shabbat. Shabbat is the spiritual day of the whole week. And in fact, not only is it the spiritual day of the whole week, it gives life to all 6 days. Our rabbis tell us, Shabbat hi makor bracha. Against the perceptions that you might think by resting on Shabbat, I'm not going to get any money. So our rabbis tell us it's the exact opposite. When you rest on Shabbat and you guard the Shabbat, God blesses your house. Sometimes money is amazing, you can get a lot of money, but you can also have a lot of problems. Shabbat brings you that bracha. That is the 7th. 6 years in the land of Israel, all the fields are worked. On the 7th year, it's kept fallow, it's rest. That 7th year gives life to the next 6 years. The menorah is made up of 7 candles. 7 candles, 3 on one side, 3 on the other side, 1 in the middle. The one in the middle, if you like, is giving life. All the 3, our rabbis tell us that 3 candles on this side, 3 candles on this side, and the one in the middle. They were all facing towards the middle, the center, the spirituality. Just like the 6 days of the week. 3 days on one side, you've got Shabbat, and then you've got the next 3 days. Shabbat is actually the center of the week. So it's amazing. You see, because if you look at the Magen David, so you'll see, how many corners do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Magen David has got 6 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you've got the center. The center, where everything crosses over, where everything meets, where everything is part of that center, that is, if you like, the neshama of the Magen David. That is the representative that is giving the life to the entire 6. So we have over here the idea of 6 and the 7th giving the life force. That's the first idea. Second idea. When you were younger, you were probably asked by your parents, friends, normally they come up to you and say, Daniel, darling, what do you want to be when you grow up? Richard, what do you want to be when you grow up? Sarah, what do you think you will be when you grow up? So you're playing around with the Lego, with the toys, with the dolls, whatever it is, and you say, I want to be a nurse. I want to be a doctor. I want to be a fireman. I want to be a detective. Everybody's got ideas what they want to be. And I'd also like to be a fireman and an aeroplane driver. Yeah, whatever they, when you're younger, you don't say pilot. Okay, I want to be, whatever it is. But you come up with a few ideas. When you're younger, you think, oh, I'd like to be so many things. And then you grow up, and then you go to school, and then you grow a further degree, high school, and then you start to take your GCSEs, your baccalaureate, whatever it is, and you're moving, and then you start to take your university, and you're shortening your horizons to finally get to a place of, okay, I'm going to be a property developer, I'm going to be a finance, I'm actually not the nurse, not the pilot, I'm going to be a painter, whatever it is, you are doing something, and you as you go through life, you're advancing and you're shortening your horizons. With Torah, it's the opposite way around. Torah, you see a book, you start to open, you open the Chumash, and you say, wow, there's an amazing story in this week's parasha. You start opening, did Moses do that? Well, this is interesting. You start to find out something, and then you find that you never finish it. You're like, okay, I'm starting here, and I'm growing. Okay, and then I've got another question. Let me ask the rabbi, let me ask you this. You can sit with the rabbi and start for 5 minutes and end up being there for an hour because you didn't realize how stimulating it would be. A person can open a Gemara, a person can open a halakha, and the ocean is the limit in Torah. So this is a similar idea with the Magen David. You see, the Magen David has got two triangles. It's got the triangle over here, which starts at the bottom, and grows as you're growing up, up. And you're thinking, okay, I can do fireman, I can be a pilot, I can be this. It starts on the ground. This is what I can be in life. I can be all this. And then you've got the spirituality from the top, the Torah, which starts by a little dot at the top. And you think, okay, this is the Torah spirituality. But then that really is widening the more you enter it. So the Magen David, if you like, is a meeting point between the physicality and the spirituality. And on a deeper level, on a third and a deeper level, everything that we do in this world has effects on the higher worlds. We know that from